Hey, what's up guys? It's Matt from MDR Productions, and I just want to do a video that's kind of like a life experience video. I want to talk about something that is going on right now and went on back then and all sorts of different times pretty much. Bullying. My experience with bullying growing up was quite traumatic. It was, it's going to be kind of difficult for me to kind of talk about. Okay. I remember liking school up to a certain extent. I would say, till about the 4th grade. I was kind of a, I wouldn't say awkward child. I had a lot of friends. I got along with people, and for the most part, everything was pretty cool. And probably about 4th or 5th grade were these two kids who, for whatever reason, just decided to kind of target me, and I wasn't the only one. Obviously, there were other kids who had things about them, or the way they were, or the way they were quiet, or the way they looked, or whatever it was. For whatever reason, these same couple of kids would pick on me and some of the other kids. My story, more or less, is not so much like you hear about stories these days where there's kids on the bus like physically beating kids down. Mine wasn't so much a physically traumatic thing in the sense of where they beat me up. There was some physical stuff involved in it, type things. Mostly because I was going through puberty, pretty much. I had, really bad skin. I had this crazy little Italian Jufro looking kind of short, fuzzy hairstyle, kind of like an awkward Corey Matthews from Boy Meets World sort of thing. Really insecure, really oily skin, really quiet. Didn't stand up for myself a lot. Way different than how you people see me, people that know me, the me of today. Very different. Wouldn't stand my ground, which is probably why a lot of the stuff happened more or less. I just remember feeling alone and feeling like nobody else understood what I was going through, and I'm doing this video to let those of you out there that might be being bullied right now that you aren't alone. Those years, even though they seem like they are gonna last forever, they aren't forever, guys. I mean, it's not forever. It will not be forever. The time might feel that way, but things will change. You will grow up, people will grow up, and all that stuff will stop. But mine was middle school for me, 5th grade on up. Till it does, seek comfort in, in groups of friends, of people who will support you and help you and protect you, essentially, if it comes down to that. Don't hesitate to get a teacher involved, or a parent involved, or a principal. If it gets physical, if it gets to the point where somebody's putting hands on you, definitely have to seek help. And whatever you do, don't feel so alone that you try to hurt yourself. I'm telling you this from experience because during that time, I did kind of, this is something I really have gone into great detail with very many people, but I have a scar right here. I don't know if you can see it right here, that kind of reminds me. Yeah, it's right there. You can see it kind of. I was to the point where I was feeling and thinking suicide because I just didn't think. I mean, that's often where you go when you're not in your right mind. Don't do it, guys. It's not worth ending your own life over some stupid kids that have their own insecurities, so they're taking it out on you. They probably have, a bad home life, or whatever their reason is. It's not an excuse for them to treat you like that. There's never any reason for that, but that's usually the case. They come from a situation where they have no control, and in a circumstance where they have control over somebody else. That's why they're acting like that. They could have like an abusive father or an abusive mother that beats them at home, so that's the way they take it out on other people, which is not right. But I just kind of wanted to do this video because there wasn't someone on my level, a video of somebody just talking to me, not necessarily somebody that you know. Sometimes you just want to hear somebody say that you aren't alone, and you guys aren't. I know it probably seems cliche, and I know it seems probably, you got this guy who's 28 years old now telling you not to think that way, but I was there. I was the same age as you guys, and those of you that are going through this, I went through this, and I just want you to know that, you know, you aren't by yourself. Always seek out talking to somebody and it will help. And like I said, if it becomes a physical matter, get someone involved, get around a group of friends, have somebody who's got your back, because it should never come down to someone putting their hands on you. With mine, a lot of my stuff happened, the physical side of stuff happened on the bus. The two kids who picked on me primarily through 5th, 6th, and 7th, 8th grade, 7th, 8th grade, I think it stopped in 8th grade. The kids would flick my ears because, you know, I mean, right now it doesn't seem like I kind of grew into them, I guess, and now I have giant holes in them. I mean, I have had kind of large ears, not abnormally large ears, but, you know, large ears, and they would flick my ears. They would sit at the seat behind me, and they would flick, just constantly flick my ears, and to the point that my ears would be, you know, really, really red when I would go home. And I remember going home and just bawling, just crying my eyes out, because it was just like, this would happen all the time. And these kids didn't ride my bus. They would ride the bus home so they could go to one of their friends' house. So that was the part that made it extra hard, and they would purposely come and sit behind me and mess with me. And I wouldn't say anything. I would just, you know, put my head down in the seat, you know, and just tell them. I would tell them to leave me alone, but it would never stop. And everybody else that would sit around me would not say anything. And that's the biggest thing. If you guys see someone being bullied, if you see somebody being picked on, stand up and help them. Don't just sit there and watch and be somebody and say, hey, it's not my place. It is your place, because you could prevent that. You could help that person. Stand up and tell that person, hey, leave him alone, man. You know, you don't need to be messing with him. Leave him alone. And just be that person. That's the person I am today. So if I see someone being picked on or being bullied, I will stand up and I will tell them, you know, leave them alone. A lot of people feel it's not their place. It is your place, because you can help that person. That person might be in a place in their life where they're not confident enough being able to defend themselves like they should. And that's where I was. I should have stood up and I should have said something, but because I had all these physical flaws and I was on acne medication and I had all these things, and I was just a teenager. You know, often you're scared to say anything. I just wanted to do this video because I felt empowered to do this video, because I've been through this, and I want people who are going through this to see that they aren't alone. I know this is kind of a serious video and I got kind of serious for a minute, so sorry guys, but it's something that, you know, is a personal experience for me, and it still, you know, it still radiates in me. And I still, you know, I still feel the pain that I felt back then, and I know other kids are going through it. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, until the next video, I'll see you guys later. Make sure you leave a comment below, like, favorite, share, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.